On today's JMO, Josh and Joe, we have the U.S. Open recap. U.S. Open, talk a little bit of golf. Then we got our OTDISH on this date in sports history. We've got a couple of good ones.
Yep.
Some interesting ones to be honest. And then we go into the NBA. We got Ja Morant, Suzzy, the little suspension. We got Bradley Beal traded to Phoenix Suns. We give you our take on that.
Blockbuster trade.
Trying to start the big three back again, I guess.
Their attempt.
And Nikola Jokic loves parades.
He wants to stay on parade.
He wants to stay on parade, and I agree with him. Trust me, we're from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk a little college baseball, the little College World Series action. Fucking electric weekend.
It's electrifying.
We go through a little bit of college football. We had the SEC 2024 schedule release, and then we end off with some pretty much a couple of idiots.
Yeah.
A couple of idiots and one mentally insane person.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Tune in for that.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to Jeremiah, Josh, and Joe. It is Monday, June 19th, Juneteenth. And Joe, congratulations to a hotel for winning the U.S. Open.
A hotel?
Yeah, a hotel. Wyndham Clark, the hotel. I heard they got free Wi-Fi, great continental breakfast, and are U.S. Open champion. So good for them. Good for them.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You're not talking about. You don't think Wyndham Clark is a hotel, right?
It is. Yeah. Isn't that a hotel?
Well, I think your Wyndham part's fine, right? But Wyndham Clark is an actual player.
He's a human?
He's a human.
He's not a hotel?
Yeah.
No way. You could have fucking fooled me.
Yeah. I thought you were going along with that as far as like a storyline, like maybe like a Wyndham Clark, like Wyndham Hotels was placed a bet and won it, but no, you actually thought they won the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I just figured they put together a team of guys or something like that and just won the hotel or won the U.S. Open, right? That's right.
Yeah, no, not how it was.
Oh, okay.
Not how it was.
Oh, well, okay. Congratulations to Wyndham Clark, not the hotel, the actual person, for winning the U.S. Open. A very underwhelming U.S. Open, if I may add, because honestly, it just kind of sucked. It kind of sucked all around. Everybody wanted Ricky Fowler to win. It was cool to watch him and Xander Schauffele do it on shoot a 62 on the first day.
Yep.
Thursday, that was fun, and I thought everybody wanted Ricky Fowler to win, and I did as well. It would be cool, but that putt he missed on hole 18 on Saturday night, I think did him in. Also, they shouldn't have been playing that late. It should not have been dark when he was hitting that putt.
Yeah.
So I'm blaming the course on this one. I'm blaming the LA Country Club. This was poorly put together. There was like nobody in the stands. There were some holes that didn't even look like there was anybody there.
Yeah, it doesn't give it like a major feel when that happens. Apparently, like LA Country Club actually bought out like half of the tickets or something like that.
I heard that. I don't know if I want to fact check it, see if it's true. But yeah, I heard they actually wanted to buy all the tickets, like some stupid like corporate thing.
Yeah.
But they apparently allegedly bought half the tickets, and that I think it's why it sucked. The course was weird. The course played funny. Like they had a par 3 that was at 1.81 yards. It was an 81-yard par 3.
81 par.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the days it was because of where they put the pin placement. And then one of the par 3s was like 290. Like they had some guys taking out their driver for a fucking par 3. It was wacky. It was weird. It was like we said, it went late, so it was kind of dark.
Yeah.
I don't know. Overall, not a great U.S. Open. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, if you didn't know that LA Country Club was hosting their first, U.S. major or PGA major, watching it, you would have found out easily on your own.
And I mean, it's LA Country Club. That's it's one of the most, I don't know, prestigious, expensive, most superstars and rich people go there, blah, blah, blah. Stan Kroenke's one of them, apparently.
Yep.
So, yeah, better job, LA. Better job.
Do better.
That was pretty bad. So, yeah, just an underwhelming one. Rory is about, he's actually more relatable now because he just can't putt. I don't know if he can't read the greens. I don't know if his feel is off. I don't know what happened. But he can't putt.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He is still, though, the media favorite by far. Like, Ricky Fowler was definitely the fan favorite on the leaderboard, on the top of the leaderboard, but, like, Rory is still, like, the media darling of the PGA.
Yeah. I think they feel bad for him because of everything that happened with LIV and PGA and PF. But, yeah, it's tough. Rory hasn't won a major in like 10 years almost.
It's 9 years. 9-year drought.
2014, I guess. Yeah, that's tough. I do kind of like, it is more fun whenever Rory's back up on the leaderboard. Like, but
is that because of your opinion, or is that because of the media?
No, because he drives the ball like 400 yards. Did you see he had like a 390-yard drive?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I just love watching people hit boomsticks.
Okay,
it's beautiful. Yeah. That's me. No. I'm not. I don't listen to the media. I don't listen to myself. But yes, I like the long drives. Like, and I know a lot of people didn't like Bryson DeChambeau, but when he was jacked and he was slamming like 350 to 400 yard drives, that was fun for me. I like that. And like, you don't really have to get good at irons if you're booming 390, 400 yard drives.
So it's like baseball, like, whereas, there's other parts of the game, but, you like to see the big home runs, the bangers.
Everybody likes to see the big home runs. That's the most fun part about baseball. You
want dingers.
Yeah, and now don't get me wrong. I like a good pitching matchup. A good pitching matchup every now and then is really good. That's why I like good putting.
Some good putting.
Like, I don't quite understand how to read the greens as well as most people actually, but definitely not as well as the PG guys on the tour. Mm-hmm. And just the way that they can work around these greens and still putt with the correct amount of pressure to get it within like a foot or two of the hole is astounding to me. Like, especially on these like 50 plus foot putts.
Okay,
it's insane.
Yeah,
but there's nothing better than just watching Rory just smoke a drive.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. But yeah, a little lackluster fucking U.S. Open. Kind of sucked.
Woodman Clark is actually not a bad story, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He did win his first PGA Tour like 5 weeks ago.
He has his first win on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. And then, of course, him being a new player, kind of up and coming, obviously took to his social media page, check him out a little bit, see what's going on. He's probably the first golfer that I've ever seen to have a football workout / hype video of himself.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you go on his Instagram page, he actually pinned at the top of his Instagram page is a workout hype video. I think basically after he won his first first PGA Tour, like it was posted on May 8th or something like that. And yeah, it's a workout hype video of him.
Oh, nice.
So, it gets you pretty pumped up, but I've never seen it for a golfer. He's like doing like medicine ball like turns and throws and stuff like that, and then he's like showing the highlights of himself, and
so like getting jacked.
Yeah, so basically, I'm sure he just goes to his page anytime that he's playing now, and he just hypes himself up.
Oh, that's he watches his own page to hype himself up.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I wish I could do that. I don't think let's make a motivational video. Let's just make like pump up video. Not motivational. Pump up.
A pump up video.
Yeah, pump up videos. That would be fun.
Okay.
We could do that. Maybe not for golfers, but you get it.
Yeah.
We'll just take a bunch of smelling salts and see what happens.
We'll do a hype video for podcasters.
There you go.
A day in the life of podcasters.
There we go. We'll hype up podcasters. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. That would be good. Is my mic on? Check my mic.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. You got anything going from the U.S. Open?
That's about it.
I'm hoping what's the next major? The British Open or the Open? I think it is.
It's the Open. The Open is coming up in July 20th through the 23rd.
Tiger will not be in attendance, unfortunately, but yeah, we got that coming up. So hopefully this one's a little bit better than the U.S. Open was.
Yep.
Be better. Let's see. Let's get to OTDISH. On this date in sports history, Joe, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
Yeah. 1970, Jim Bouton's
Boutons.
I
don't know.
Controversial baseball diary, Ball 4, is published.
Ooh.
So
that's a good name for a baseball book.
Yeah, Ball 4. So this basically, a little context to it, he basically he was brought up or befriended like somebody from a publishing website. I want to say it's like New York Times or something like that. But he was presented an idea to keep a diary of all of like a full season, and it was a 1969 season whenever he actually started with the Seattle Pilots but then got traded to the Houston Astros, and it like has like the full scoop on like everything going on.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, yeah, it
in
was
69 too. That was a wild year.
yeah, and it was published in 1970. So basically, it was that time's version of like TV shows like Hard Knocks and Twitter, and also like stuff like that. So it got like all the scoop on like the drugs people were taking, and all the the wild nights afterwards and such. Like it had like everything, the beef between coaches and pitchers and stuff. So, but it was apparently like a pretty controversial book back
That's
in the
good.
day.
Well, no, because it gets you, like, we all love hearing those stories about, like, the inside details, the inside scoops. Hell, people make careers off of inside scoops nowadays. Like, that's really what we want to hear about. We want the drama behind like, most people want the drama behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They want to see why a decision was made, what led to the decision being made if it was a big one, or if, just like like you said, the drama between pitchers and coaches.
Yep.
People love that shit. People eat it up.
Yeah, because he was a pitcher for the Seattle Pilots and the Houston Astros at the time. So.
And like before I'd say before like 2000, it was almost a requirement to be an alcoholic when you're a baseball player.
Oh, actually, one of the things that was actually pointed out in his diary, how Mickey Mantle was an alcoholic.
Yeah, Babe Ruth was an alcoholic. Like
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio was I think he was an alcoholic. Mickey Mantle, Nolan Ryan. I think they're all alcoholics. Like I said, I think it was a prereq to becoming a Major League Baseball player.
Back in the day.
Pete Rose was an alcoholic. Wade Boggs. He drank 72 beers on a cross-country flight.
Yep.
And then suited up and went 3 for 5 against the Mariners the next day?
Yep.
Yeah. See? It's a prereq to being in the MLB. You got to be an alcoholic.
I didn't know that was my calling. That should have been my calling.
Dude, right? That's what I'm saying. Let's go try out.
Let's go try out now.
All right.
Just like pound a case before we go over there.
It's like, oh, you didn't make it. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Did you see 46 beers just being fucking thrown down?
I have what it takes.
No hangover. All right, in 1943, this is one I found funny. In 1943, on this date, NFL's Philadelphia Eagles and Pittsburgh Steelers merge. They merged.
Okay. How does that work?
Okay. So I guess they combined teams, like, because this was back in 1943, so it wasn't like NFL was widespread. They I don't think they had big enough teams. Blah blah blah. But you're gonna merge two rival cities together. Sorry,
it's not gonna work.
And it got dissolved later that year on December 5th. So it didn't even last a year.
It didn't, like a half a year.
Half a year. Yeah. That was it. That's about as long as I could see Philadelphia and Pittsburgh dealing with each other. Actually, nowadays I can't even see that lasting that long. There's absolutely no way.
No, absolutely not.
Pittsburgh and Philly hate each other right now as it is. I think what they thought was like, hey, because Philadelphia and New York hate each other so much, like that feud around there, we'll combine the two, and then they're like, oh wait, these two teams hate these two cities hate each other too.
Yeah,
it's a battle of the turnpike. So I thought that was funny.
That is kind of funny. That's interesting. Interesting that they've merged teams together.
It was 1943 though, so they were probably drunk.
They were probably drunk. All right. This one, a little bit U.S. Open related, but 2011, our boy, or the media's boy, Rory McIlroy, wins his first PGA major championship.
What was it?
It was the U.S. Open.
It was the U.S. Open.
It was at Congressional Country Club. He wins by 8 strokes over Australia's Jason Day.
Nice. I do remember, dude, back in the early teens, Rory was the fucking man.
Well, this was his up and coming right here.
Right.
Was basically, he set 11 tournament records, had a 268 aggravated score, had the lowest score.
Aggregated?
Yeah.
It was an aggravated score?
Aggravated. He was aggravated with it. But, and then he had a minus 16 on his total score. Also was youngest winner since Bobby Jones in 1923.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, that was his time.
That was his big up and coming.
Nice. From 2011 to 2014, greatest 3 years of his life.
Yep.
Okay, what's your next one?
That was it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. In 1988, 32 divers, D-I-V-E-R-S, 32 divers finished cycling underwater on a standard tricycle to complete 116.66 miles in 75 hours and 20 minutes.
What?
That was my exact reaction. In 1988, 32 divers finished cycling underwater on a standard tricycle to complete 116.66 miles in 75 hours and 20 minutes. So they were cycling underwater. These are divers. Obviously, they had scuba. I'm guessing they had scuba equipment on and shit like that.
Yeah.
Why?
That has to be that has drunk idea labeled all over it.
That's a drunk people thing.
Yeah, like they got drunk one time and they were like, dude, let's just go. Or maybe that was a high thought. Do you think it was high or maybe a drunk thought?
Cycling underwater is a drunk thought.
That's a drunk thought.
Yeah,
yeah.
no high. You're not going to smoke weed and want to drive a tricycle underwater 116
That's
miles.
true. That's true.
That's just not. You're wanting to sit down and try and beat Call of Duty in 3 hours. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what a high thought would be. A drunk, yes, that's a drunk idea for sure.
Yeah.
So they got absolutely obliterated. How many beers do you have to drink to want to bike 116.66 miles underwater?
Yeah, they had to be obliterated on that one.
0.30. Just, that was just one thing that was a sentence I never thought I would read.
Yeah.
Those combination of words in the English language being put together with grammar and punctuation, just never thought I'd see it. Never did.
And it happened in history.
It did. It actually happened. Actually happened. They biked 116 miles underwater. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I wish we would have had a video of this.
Yeah.
Maybe there is. We'll have to go search it out.
I'll look. I'll do a little more digging. But yeah, that was OT-DISH. Let's get to the NBA. The NBA, big fucking news, baby. Let's go. John Morant got a 25-game suspension. My initial knee-jerk reaction to this was it's too long. It's too long. He didn't do it like we've talked about multiple times. It's just holding a gun in a video. So if what I'm gathering is you can't hold a gun in a picture. Let's just say you kill a deer and you want to take a picture with it. If you're playing in the NBA or within that organization, you cannot take a picture holding a gun and a dead deer. If this is what I'm gathering. I don't know if it's to that extreme. I don't know what the details are, but if you can't pull again, John Morant has his issues. He's been kind of a nuisance in the past. He hasn't been the greatest person, but if you just look at it, I don't know. I think that was too long. Some people thought it was long. It wasn't long enough.
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, it's too long. It's 25 games for you said, not even a crime.
Yeah, and he's not apologetic. He just the reason why he says the things that he's saying right now is because he has to.
No, he has
to. That's the only reason. That's the only way he's gonna make that money. He's only doing this for the money. He's not being serious. He's not apologizing. He's a gun nut. He's addicted to guns, and he's not sorry about it. Promise you. Even though it's coming out of his mouth.
This was like an Adam Silver being like, "Stop being so stupid, Ja." Because that was dumb.
Yeah,
it was a dumb move.
It was completely stupid.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I respect this or just think it's the most idiotic thing because it's one or the other. This is black and white. But him doubling down with the fake gun as a lighter. Did you see that video?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh
either.
yeah, he made a video of him using a lighter gun, a gun where you pull the trigger and it's a lighter.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, it was fake the whole time. Yeah, he doubled down.
He doubled down on it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
It's so this guy does not have any plans on quitting guns anytime soon. I hate to bust everybody's bubbles, but I don't care what he says in the media to y'all. He's not stopping.
Yeah.
This isn't it. That's why I say shut up. Just let him fucking play. Let him do what he does best. He brings ratings. People watch Memphis Grizzlies for John Morant.
Yeah.
Fuck off with the fucking gun shit. I get what you're trying to say. suspend him for like 10 games, 10 or 15 games or something. Whatever. Like, not even that. I don't even think that should have been. Just find the guy. Take what he loves the most, and which is money, I think, in my opinion. He could love basketball more, but I don't think so. I think he loves his money. Take the money away, not the games. Don't punish us because of something he did. Punish him. Take his money.
He will be losing over. Apparently, it's supposed to be expected over $50 million during that time.
Yeah, but we're getting punished for it.
We are getting punished.
Because I do love watching John Morant. He's a fucking phenomenal athlete. He's insane.
Yeah, I mean, he will dunk on anybody.
Anybody. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how big you are.
Yeah,
it's. I love it. He has no fear. He doesn't know that he is 6 foot or 6'3" or whatever he is.
Yeah, definitely
Plays like it. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's going to be, if it hasn't been appealed, I'm sure it's going to be in the process.
Yeah, they're probably going to appeal it. To put it in perspective, so Miles Bridges got suspended 30 games for domestic abuse. Mm-hmm. So, before all the commenters come out and start rebuting it, or as far as pointing out that he actually was out all of the season. The NBA, that's the suspension the NBA did. And they said they accounted for the season that he was out, which, I mean, he had to do legal stuff, which he pled no contest and had a plea deal.
Right.
And then afterwards, it was a 30-day suspension.
30 day or 30 game?
30 game.
Game, okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's.
So, holding a gun, it's equivalent as beating your wife.
Yeah, yep. That's, I guess, what we're equating it to. Not even. Actually, beating your wife is a little bit more punishable. Like, I guess 30 games and 25. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's pretty much
a 5-game difference.
It's a 5. That's pretty much it. This is the same thing. Holding a gun and beating your wife. Same thing.
Same thing.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you, NBA. Didn't know that was a thing. Let's see. What else? You got anything else on John Morant?
That's about it.
Bradley Beal gets traded to the Phoenix Suns, which, in my opinion, is probably the dumbest move they could have done. I know a lot of people do. There was huge hype train on Bradley Beal going to the Phoenix Suns. They basically just traded Chris Paul away and brought in Chris Paul, just a little bit younger and way more expensive. That's it. That's all they did. And they showed last year that they can be good with Chris Paul, but they can't be great. I don't think Bradley Beal is the answer to their problems. I think they needed to beef up the bench.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, also maybe a point guard, not somebody that's a shooting guard, the exact equivalent of what you have in KD and Devin Booker.
Pretty much.
I feel like they just all have identical shooting guard, small forward, and power forward now. Which,
yeah. Well, and they were just Kevin Durant's just a taller version of them. That's it. And they all just love to shoot. That's it. You got 3 shooters on the floor. Now who are you going to give the ball to? Huh?
I mean, none of them's going to pass.
No, none of them are. And I just don't understand how they think it'll work. Especially with a new coach. Frank Vogel. What's he going to, I mean, we'll see how Vogel handles this, but he doesn't have a LeBron. KD's too old. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are basically going to be fighting for it. And who knows what's going to happen with DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
They need a big guy. What are they
But apparently he doesn't match their formula, so
I was thinking about this, because they do need a big guy. Or both. I was thinking about if they got rid of DeAndre Ayton. Because who else would they have? I don't think they have too many other big guys that are really good. And I think DeAndre Ayton's great. I've always said, you and I both talked about this. Honestly, DeAndre Ayton should be a little more of a focal point on that team than he is.
Yep. Some team's going to trade for him that's going to actually appreciate him. Give him a good home.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I think we'll see how it goes. I could be wrong, but I really don't think I'm wrong about this. I think I'm right. I think this is a terrible trade for not only the Washington Wizards, because you knew they were going to get hosed, right?
Yeah, that they were backed in the corner. They, regardless if it was Miami Heat, the Phoenix Suns, or whoever, Golden State, they were going to get hosed on this.
Right, because that contract, that was the dumbest thing they could have done.
Yeah.
Good, congrats for Bradley Beal. His agent needs a raise. Well, I'm sure he got one during that contract, but yeah, like he's got a great fucking agent.
Yep.
The Wizards, what are you doing?
Yeah, we questioned that whenever he was given that contract too. We knew it was a stupid right from the bat, and I guess it just took Washington a little longer to discover that than most people. But
it is always nice, like looking back and realizing that you had a very good take.
Yeah,
like and we're just lowly little podcasters just talking, and we had a better take than these actual like multimillionaires making decisions and stuff for these franchises.
Yeah, and it's like average fans or like avid fan watchers, better way to say it.
Yeah.
Like it gives us great pride whenever we can be like, oh hey, I could lead the Washington Wizards organization much better than they are doing right now.
Every fan loves that.
Yeah.
You're at a bar and you got guys talking about sports, and they're all you listen to it. You talk. They half the conversations most of the time are, oh yeah, I called that, or yeah, I said he was gonna do this, or hey, look at this bet. I bet this was gonna happen. That is basically what the entire gambling world is centered around. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a better take than what Vegas has, or what announcers have, or what news reporters have. It's just I love it. It's nice. It's nice. We get one right every now and then. We're wrong a lot of times, but we get one right every now and then.
I will have to say though, like I don't understand the no trade clause, because Bradley Beal, of course, was the only player, or one of the only players. I think Damian Lillard's another one that had a no trade clause on his on his contract.
Yeah,
I don't get that. What does that mean?
A no trade clause?
Yeah, because when I hear no trade clause, it's like you can't trade this player, but I see people get traded after a no trade clause all the time.
Right. So what that means essentially, it's good for the player. This is why the fucking agent of Bradley Beal needs a fucking trophy, because a no trade clause just means that the Wizards can't trade him. He can waive the no trade clause. Bradley Beal can say, "Hey, I will waive the no trade clause if you trade me to the Phoenix Suns."
Gotcha.
Or he has all the power. That's why the contract never made any sense.
Yeah.
That's why the contract never made any sense. So just to tell everybody what the trade was, in case they haven't seen it, Phoenix Suns trade away Chris Paul and Landry Shamet, along with several second-round picks and a pick swap for Bradley Beal, Jordan Goodwin, and Isaiah Todd. I don't know who Jordan Goodwin is or as Isaiah Todd.
Isaiah Todd's played in the G League for the last 2 years, so they didn't even have that wasn't even somebody from their squad.
No. And several second-round picks. Again, this is the NBA. Who gives a fuck?
No one cares about second-round picks.
The only thing is the pick swap, which I'm still not 100% sure what that is. I think you could just add in. Is it like a...
It has to be a certain pick where they swap it that year.
Right, but can they just pick any year? Can they just be like, this is the one I want? I could just put down an Uno reverse card and say, hey, I see that you have a really good pick and Wembanyama could be in the mix. I want a pick swap.
I think the trade has to be finalized by a certain time, and once it's finalized, you have to determine. I think they're still working out the details. Gotcha. I mean, they announce these trades because it's confirmed, but sometimes they still work out the details. I do know that part.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, they just haven't came out with the whole thing yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bradley Beal had $207 million left on his contract. That's not small.
No.
That's not a small number. That's a very, very large number. So yeah, I don't know. Jordan Goodwin. I don't know who that is. It sounds like a football player name.
Yep.
Isaiah Todd. I have no idea. That could be a baseball name.
Could be a baseball name.
But yeah, so we'll see how it works out. The Wizards got fucked, and I don't think the Phoenix Suns got any better. They're trying to. The media is trying to promote this Big Three thing. They're trying to bring back the Big Three. No, that Big Three, as we've seen, is dead.
It's dead.
It's just. The media loves super teams, man.
Media loves a big three. They love a big three.
The super teams just get the media off somehow. I don't understand why. I think I have more fun watching a Milwaukee Bucks or a 2021 Milwaukee Bucks, or 2019 Toronto Raptors, maybe a 2015 Golden State Warriors,
a 23 Denver Nuggets.
2020. Well, Denver Nuggets Jamal Murray's a fucking stud. They're all like,
yeah, but they didn't. They built the team from the ground up.
True,
It
true.
wasn't. It wasn't like they went and acquired a big team and
That's
like
true.
made a big three. It's like Djokovic. I mean, he was a second round pick.
Yep.
Murray. I mean, he was. Yeah, obviously he was a top 5 pick, but I mean, at the same time, he stayed at the same program that they developed him, and like. And then everybody else has been kind of, I wouldn't say there's any superstars, but there have been glorified role players. Like, they've exceeded expectations as role players.
That's fair. That's fair. So, yeah, the 2023 Denver Nuggets, we just saw it.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, the super team's over. Like, I guess you could look at that. Boom. The last, like, 6 years or 5 years, it's been not super teams. 2020 doesn't count. Actually, the Denver Nuggets won in 2020. So, yeah.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets, yeah.
4 of the last 5 champions have been just homegrown, built up from nothing franchises.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Actually, that's a good segue. Talking about the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets. If I was a fan of the Denver Nuggets, I would have been stupid nervous after Jokic or after they won the finals with how Nikola Jokic reacted.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't care about basketball. This is like one of those jobs you go to where you don't like the job, but you only go there because that you get paid a decent bit of money and you can pay your rent.
Yeah, he's got to feed his horses somehow.
Got to feed his horses.
Yeah, which we know nowadays it's much more expensive to take care of horses than it was, back in the day.
Yes.
So so he knew that he had to get himself a good paying job, and that's what motivated him. But he definitely didn't look like he was motivated by championships.
No, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Because your superstars are going to get paid. They're going to get paid money, and especially now that he's won one, he's like, oh, I can go home now. The only saving grace for these Denver Nuggets fans.
Yep.
The only saving grace is you threw a badass parade, apparently.
Yes. So now Jokic wants to stay on and loves parades.
Jokic, big parade guy.
Big parade guy.
What was his exact? Okay, so he's talking about the parades, and he's like, I fucking want to stay on parade.
Mm-hmm.
That is your saving grace. He will win championships now just so that he can go to parades.
Yes.
That's it.
He wants to it's like that kid that's like kind of like scared about a ride at a fair, and he's nervous and stuff like that, but he gets convinced by parents or friends to go on it, and then now he does not want to stop going on it.
He just keeps going on it, going on it.
Yes.
That's exactly what Jokic is.
And he's going to do whatever it takes to get back to that fair to go on the ride.
Correct. Yeah. So he's going to bug his parents to give him money,
yeah.
And then he's going to do what he has to do, wait in line, push through crowds until he gets onto the fucking ride again.
He's going to have his say in management, player decision, player development. He's going to have his hand with the coach. Like, hey, I want to win this championship. I want to get back to the fair so I can I can ride this ride again.
He wants the parade.
He wants the parade. He wants to stay on parade.
Nikola Jokic. If you love parades so much, boy, do I have a place for you, my man. Come down to South Louisiana around February, brother.
New Orleans will have a parade every weekend.
And even during the week. Hell, we throw parades for anything.
Yes.
You don't have to win a title down here, brother. You come to New Orleans, come to the Pelicans, and we will give you a parade every fucking weekend.
We'll give you a parade for being Italian.
Yes. Italian.
Yeah, no, there's an Italian parade.
Oh, there's an Italian parade.
I'm sure they'd be more than happy to have one for, like, if you're Serbian.
Yeah, we'll have a Serbian parade.
Yes.
We'll fix up whatever y'all eat over there. We have really good cooks. Hey, Nikola, just think about New Orleans Pelicans.
Think about New Orleans.
Just sleep on it one night.
We can give Zion for him.
Yeah, we'll trade Zion.
Yeah,
that's fine. Speaking of which, that's a good segue too. Let's just go ahead and get rid of him. Let's get a bunch of pieces. Let's maybe even get a big man. Like, get something for him because I think we still have a good team. I just don't. We're not going to win because Zion's not going to be healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because people will mistake it as us calling Zion a bust. I don't think Zion is a bust because obviously when he's played, he's been phenomenal. I just don't think that Zion will be a superstar with New Orleans.
Correct. I don't, whether it be he just can't stop eating the jambalaya or fucking prostitutes, or he just doesn't want to play in New Orleans, which I've said this from the beginning. I don't think Zion ever wanted to be in New Orleans. I could tell from the second he got drafted, his reaction. It was not New Orleans.
No.
He wanted to be, I'm going to go ahead and assume, maybe a New York Knick or something like that. He did not want to be in New Orleans, and it's showing. It's showing. His attitude's piss poor. He's making stupid decisions with dramatic girls, and he just isn't watching his weight. He's not taking care of himself. He's not being healthy. So,
Yep.
Let's see. Last NBA news I have is Draymond Green declines his player option. I don't think this is a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. I think they're just restructuring his contract because they are missing one piece. I think the Warriors are missing one piece. They're not as young as they once were. Mm-hmm. Klay Thompson's not good. Jordan Poole sucks. Like, all right, I take that back. Klay Thompson is good. He's not as great as he used to be.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole is the one that sucks. Klay Thompson, third quarter, awesome. But they need an extra piece, and I think in my opinion, it's a big man. I think they need a big man. Draymond Green's slowing down. I think not only Draymond Green, or not only the GM realizes that, but I think Draymond and his crew is realizing it as well. Mm-hmm. And he plays a role where he needs to stay young. He needs to be active. He has to be out. He has to put his body out there on the line. He can't. The way he plays, you can't be old. You can't be fragile. So I think they need to bring in another big guy, from the Grizzlies. Maybe some Steven Adams. I don't know.
Maybe a Steven Adams.
Maybe bring in Steven Adams. See if maybe like he can't, because they
did draft Wiseman back in the a couple of drafts back, and I mean he had some big potential, but he hasn't been paying out, which has been surprising.
I thought it wasn't Wiseman like 6'9". I thought he was 6'9" or something like that.
I thought he was a little bit taller than that, but I'll check it out here in a second.
Wiseman, he played at Duke, right? Or North Carolina.
He played at one of the big colleges.
I think it was Duke, actually.
Is he he's at Detroit now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what's his height? Oh, he's 7 foot. Oh, shit.
He's a 7-footer.
Never mind. All right.
He played at Memphis.
Memphis, yeah. No, I think they do need to go get somebody big. Big guy. But yeah, I think they're just restructuring Draymond Green's contract. I don't think he's leaving Golden State. He knows that his best shot to win a championship is at Golden State.
Yeah, I believe so too.
And if they make like just a couple of adjustments, maybe get rid of Jordan Poole, bring in a big guy, I think they can come back and win another title. I really do. But yeah. Anything else on Draymond Green or the NBA?
That's about it.
All right, cool. Let's get to some college fucking baseball, baby. College baseball is so fucking electric. I fucking love it. It's amazing. It's like it's one of my new favorite things to watch now, dude. This past weekend, I don't know this for sure because I've been watching college baseball as long as a lot of these old heads, but a lot of people were saying this was probably one of the most entertaining, the most electric weekends in college World Series history.
Like, it's been pretty awesome.
I mean, come on, with the walk-offs
in
the bottom of the ninth. Like, what was it? Oral Roberts versus TCU.
Yep.
The Cinderella story. Like the Oral Roberts beats TCU. That was TCU scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and then Oral Roberts came back and scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th to take the lead.
Yep.
It was wild. It was insane. Then you had the Florida game. The Florida came back against
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yep. They just started hitting bombs.
Dude, they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th walk off.
Yep.
Boom. Wake Forest. They were that was a good one against Stanford, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they had to come back. They were down by 1 since the 3rd inning. Mm-hmm. And then they ended up scoring 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Our boy Paul Skeens might be like the greatest college pitcher of all time.
He's going number 1.
No,
if he's not going number 1, Dylan Cruz is.
Right, but I think just the way he's so dominant. Like he started to let up a little bit at the end. He had 2 earned runs against him, but I don't care. He was pitching 115 plus pitches, and he was still throwing 100 miles an hour. He had 46 pitches, 100 miles an hour or over.
Yep.
He had 12 strikeouts. They should have Jay Johnson. I like him. I like the way he's been coaching the LSU team. He should have kept Paul Skeens in for the rest of the fucking inning. Guidry came in and pitched 1 pitch, and just the guy cranked it out of the park. 1 out, one man on. Let Paul Skeens finish the inning, man.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see. I don't know. That's a tough decision because you are one out. You're trying to get out of the inning, but yeah, no. Tennessee was able to put a little scare at that point, but they were able to buckle down. Go Tigers! They were able to pull it through.
Yep, we got a tough one against Wake Forest here this afternoon, so we'll be watching that. Dude, and Oral Roberts almost did it again versus Florida. They almost came back again.
Right,
dude. Oh my gosh. One thing I did notice, dude. So like. You know how, like, elimination games in general, like Game 7s, you know, like one and done type of, just like anything like that, playing games. Elimination games are fucking electric. And then you got elimination games in college baseball, and I think it just gets heightened. Like, it's amazing. It's incredible.
I like how there's so many different stats with baseball, you know, as far as being like a box score nerd and whatnot.
Dude, you can geek out on that shit all day.
You could definitely geek out, but then like when it comes to like the College World Series or like you said, elimination games, like it just like doesn't make any sense. Like people just start, you know, laying it out on the line, and it just like, you know, things get crazy.
Yep.
Like you might be going against the ace pitcher, and you just like are just hitting bombs on him.
And I love it because you'll bring in like your best pitcher in the 9th inning just to close out a fucking inning. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll do anything to win. Yep. Anything. They don't give a fuck about the next game.
Yep.
It's awesome. But, yeah, college baseball, baby. It is fucking heating up. I love it. LSU, just for the record, for anybody who's not aware, Rocco's in Omaha, a bar in Omaha, does a Jello shot competition between all the LSU or all the college baseball fans. And last time I checked, LSU fans were winning. We had 13,300.
13,300 shots.
Jello shots purchased.
What a huge win by a bar. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude. And
huge. Biggest W.
Biggest W ever. Well, Rocco's is the big winner there.
Yeah.
So LSU had like 13,300 something. The next closest was Wake Forest, I think, with 5,000.
It's pretty surprising. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have expected Wake Forest.
Me neither. I thought they were a bunch of nerds. Turns out Virginia's the nerds.
Virginia's the nerds?
Yeah, they still have like triple. They're still at triple digits. Yeah.
Okay.
Rough. Anyways, so big W for Rocco's, big W for LSU. Let's see. Anything else? Got.
That's about it. Tennessee and Stanford are playing right now. That's an incredible game.
Yep.
Tennessee came back from 4 down
in the 5th.
And now has went up by 1 the last time I saw.
Oh, really? They're up. I got it.
So like, dude, it's like that's the thing. That's the crazy thing about like right now is like there has been no lead that's been safe.
That when we talked about this last weekend. The college baseball is like the NBA, man. It doesn't matter if you're down by 6 runs. In the bottom of the 7th, it's not over till the third out of the last inning.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the SEC football schedule release. A little college football talk. I love it. They're creating a miniature NFL.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're creating, and I'm all for it. Because look, man, like if they throw the Power 5 conferences all in like basically one league, you know, like but create it like the NFL has the AFC, NFC. Basically, college football just has all these like 4 or 5 big conferences that are playing each other. Like, bro, this is going to be fucking electric, man. We're going to have these giant fucking LSU, Alabama type games every single weekend, man.
Yep.
And dude, if you saw like the schedule release, dude, this SEC moving forward is going to just be a gauntlet of a schedule. Like, getting through this schedule undefeated is going to be a thing of the past.
It's going to be pretty crazy.
It's just going to suck. When we're like our top teams have 2 losses and we have other conferences that are going undefeated because Ohio State just bullies the shit out of the Big Ten. Now I get it. USC is going to be joining the Big Ten. I get it. They're going to get a bunch. The Pac-12 is basically going to be nothing.
It's going to be a group of 5. It's going to be demoted.
They might they might get relegated. They might. I think they were doing something with the Big 12 and the Pac-12. Kind of merging up a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Big 12 and the Pac-12?
Pac-12, yeah.
Yeah, they got
to do something. Yeah, they got to do something. So, but yeah, dude, this is incredible. The fucking college football is actually being the NFL in the schedule release form. Like people were getting fucking pumped about this shit.
Oh
like,
yeah.
If you're in a college town, obviously, but like yeah, dude, I know everybody down south was just was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, they were buzzing about it. I mean, and not to mention that's also they've been hyping up SEC media days too. They've been like anytime like they've been like doing the media days or something like that leading up into it. That's been a big production. It's following the blueprint of the NFL.
Yeah.
As far as marketing it goes.
And it's genius too, because they're gonna get it's already king. Like college football is king down south. It generates a ton of revenue. It's amazing, and it's just getting better. It's only getting better. The NIL deals are not as bad as I thought, and for some reason whenever I overreacted. Look, sometimes we're wrong. I overreacted with the NIL deals. I thought it was going to be like the NFL in that they have to pay all of their players. That's not the case. This is just the only thing that is going on right now is the companies are basically using these players to advertise. They're giving them contracts and they're giving them money to advertise. Mm-hmm. It's not like where they have to have contracts or anything like that.
And I like the fact that like students can earn on their own now too. So they're doing like side little projects and such that they can actually earn money from, which helps them out.
Oh yeah, and I'm all for that. I'm not saying the players shouldn't get played or shouldn't get paid. I just was saying that I don't think everyone should be like required to have a contract or something like that. I thought that would change the game. That would just completely change the game.
Yep.
So yeah, I was wrong about that. I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to 2024. Hell, I'm looking forward to 2023. Yeah. 2023 is going to be electric. 2024 is going to be even better.
Yeah, 2024. So that was the big thing with the SEC schedule of a release. Was curious about to see how that was going to look since then now they're going to dissolve the divisions, which I think that's going to be the end of divisions, beginning of the end of divisions. We've already seen it with a couple of conferences and different plays, like SEC basketball has gotten rid of divisions. So it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be a little bittersweet. Yeah, you get the two best teams into the championship game. But at the same time, I don't know. It was always cool to see those Cinderella teams come out of nowhere and make it into the championship game.
Yeah, and also like the big problem with getting rid of divisions was the rivalries. They have to keep some of those rivalries, but the rivalries that like we held dear to us is like us, you and I, the LSU Auburn,
the internal division in division,
the division rivalries. Like we get into it with Texas A&M. Hell, recently it's been the Texas A&M game's been fucking electric.
Yeah,
like the LSU Auburn game, I remember it was always one of my favorite. Yep. Back in the early 2000s when Eli Manning was at Ole Miss. Ole Miss, and honestly, in history, in the history of LSU, Ole Miss has been our fucking nemesis.
LSU Ole Miss was definitely a good rivalry.
Nice, yes, that was a great. See, and like some of these, so like a lot of these are gonna be kind of dissolved with the divisions, which kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. It sucks a lot because I loved it. Maybe, I don't know if they're gonna keep LSU Florida. LSU Florida was a rivalry. Like we had a lot. They got to keep LSU Alabama. I mean, LSU Alabama is not going to play every year. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to see. It's a new change. We'll just have to adapt to it. Find other points that we get out of it, and it just kind of go from there. I will have to say this. I don't know if I want to necessarily call it a shout out, but I don't know if you saw Mississippi State's presentation of their schedule release.
No, what did they do?
So they inputted it. They did it, 2023 style, and they input their schedule into image AI, and generated an image which looked terrifying.
Oh, I did see that. The mascots and with the human legs.
Yes, yeah, it was very terrifying.
Okay, look, we need to as a society come together and draw a line where AI kind of can't go over. I think this like Robopocalypse or something is what people are talking about. We need to set boundaries, you know, because we can't just have AI keep doing this shit.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird. Nobody likes it.
It's freaking us out.
It makes us uncomfortable. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing was, it wasn't even consistent too, because most of them all had either pants or they had football pants on,
pads
and then
stuff,
and then the Ole Miss land shark actually was just completely naked, and it was like, what? Okay, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know who gave the okay on from Mississippi State side that was a good idea.
Yeah, well, no, not only did they do it, but they actually, like, approved it.
Yeah, they approved it and then published it.
Yeah, that's weird. Do you got anything else on college football?
That's about it.
All right, I threw in some other sports news just because we gotta talk about this. Jordan Love might be one of the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen in my life. Like he kind of like premeditated that, right? Like he thought about that first.
Oh, wishing Chicago Bears a happy Father's Day.
Yeah, Chicago Bears fans a happy Father's Day.
A happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he the way he worded it backwards, didn't he?
Yeah, it was completely backwards.
Yeah.
He was telling what he wanted to say was he wanted to tell the Chicago Bears fans to tell him Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
And really and it was wild too, because like I get Bleacher Reports, and Bleacher Report said Jordan Love was not holding back, and I read it and I'm just like, what am I seeing things here?
Mm-hmm.
Because like this, it sounds like he's calling Bears fans his daddy. So I had to check the comments, and then they were like, Jordan Love's the biggest dumbass of all time.
Yeah.
If you're a Chicago Bears fan, you are feeling pretty good about.
You're definitely feeling good.
You're feeling good, especially when the Packers come to Soldier Field.
Yes.
There's so many things they can do. They got to be chanting, "Who's your daddy?" They got to do that. They can play like "Who's Your Daddy" by Toby Keith over the speakers.
Yep.
There's so many things they could do. It's so much. I'm really looking forward to this. Chicago Bears fans, please do what you do best. Do what you do best.
Yeah. No, they're very excited because Jordan Love, I guess he's trying to give his best Aaron Rodgers impersonation or something like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's trying to step into his shoes. He's trying to fill his shoes, and not a good start.
No, dude, you didn't do enough drugs to be able to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and he's trying to. What is he trying to claim ownership of the Chicago Bears when he hasn't done shit? Aaron Rodgers did all of that.
Yeah, he actually owned them because he deserved to own them.
Yeah, because he actually did it on the field, and he didn't even say that until later on in his career at Green Bay. Obviously he wanted the reputation.
Right.
You can't say that stuff right before. That's bulletin board material.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And people are gonna eat that shit up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 300-pound defensive linemen just wanting to just lay on top you, pancake your ass.
Yeah. They won't even care about the flag.
No. You painted a giant target on yourself, and you don't know if you can handle the fire.
He's not gonna love that.
No. Ha ha. Did nice. Okay, Jordan Love, giant idiot. Let's see, Nick Kyrgios. I wanted to talk about this because he's got he was the bad boy of tennis.
He was.
He was the bad boy of tennis, and he seemed like he was handling it well. Like obviously he was a fucking lunatic on the tennis court. He was very, very frustrated. When he got frustrated, you could tell.
Yeah.
But I think some of that was just classic tennis. Tennis players are dramatic. They break their fucking rackets. They do this shit.
Yeah.
He was a little more overboard because apparently he's got mental health issues. So I hope he gets better because he was one of my favorite players to watch. I loved Nick Kyrgios. He was very good, and he basically wore his heart on his sleeve. Like you knew what he was feeling emotionally.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I didn't even think anything of it. I just thought maybe he was a little bit cut from a different skin than you typically have from tennis players, because tennis players are usually your country club kind of upscale type of people. So it's like, oh dang it, I missed that shot. When they get frustrated,
it's all about the accent. That's how
Yeah.
you know you're fancy, when you kind of have an accent.
When you have an accent,
Yes.
yeah, and then obviously there's a proper way, there's an etiquette way to get frustrated or something like that. It's like, but like he just kind of, like you said, he was a little bit more of the bad boy, kind of cut from a different cloth type of thing, and I don't know. I thought it was maybe just he was just being himself, and I thought it was a good thing for tennis, but I don't know. Mm-hmm.
No,
there's something else involved.
I guess so. Hopefully he gets better. Last bit of news: Bob Huggins, West Virginia head coach, West Virginia basketball head coach, got arrested for a DUI. This is basically, and he was forced to resign. But this is basically a case of the same thing that John Morant had. Bob Huggins had a laundry list of things, and one of the most recent one is he said an anti-gay slur, on a podcast. This isn't his first DUI. This was basically he was forced to resign because he just has a laundry list of things he's done.
Yeah, he was fun to watch early years at West Virginia,
Yeah.
but obviously you can tell there's some stuff going on. He's been struggling. It's just, I think it's probably better for his sake.
It wasn't a very good look that he was driving around in Pittsburgh and 100% thought he was in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, that's how bad he was.
It's a bad look there when you don't even realize what city you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, like, when the cops pull him over, like, when they hear instances like that's when they're like, okay, yeah,
You're done.
This is a situation. Yeah,
Right.
we gotta bring you in.
That was the sobriety test.
Yes, exactly. Like, all this other thing is just because of protocol measures, but yeah, we already got the sobriety test here.
Yep, you're done. Come on. So, yep. Bob Huggins DUI. It's probably better. Maybe you can focus on getting help. Mm-hmm. But you got anything else?
That's about it.
All right, that was our show. We will take a couple of weeks break. I think we're going to take 2 weeks off, so through 4th of July week, and then be back after that. We might take 3. I don't know. We also, if something happens, we might do like a short little podcast, just giving our thoughts on whatever happens.
A little reactionary.
A little reaction vid. But yeah, we will see y'all in 2 to 3 weeks. Love y'all.
Later.